Discuss unicast routing in the last lecture, and we took this topology. We have started with this topology, and hypothetically we started to discuss that two students or three students are owning those organization, and they are developing a code for Ethernet layer of switch, Ethernet layer of computer, and Ethernet layer of routers. So what were the conclusions that we have made? Will they have a same code? Switch we have a different code than computer and router. In computer and router we can have a same code. Computer and routers we can have a same code, but switch is having a different functionality. So the code for the switch would be different than code of computer and routers. That's where we have made conclusions. The same way we can also conclude the network layer functionality of router will be different than the network layer functionality of computer. The switch does not have a network layer, so we even do not think about the switch. Just we have to compare computers and router now. So that computer and routers, their network point of view, this is engaged into routing. This is engaged into routing, and this is engaged into a sending a packet to the next router or next hop. Okay, so the router is having routing table. How the routing table is prepared, that we have started in last lecture, and we'll continue. Exact what does it mean by, or how does it prepare this routing table? What are the types of protocol through which it prepares this routing table? Okay, so then I already discussed in the last first or second lectures. In last lecture we have discussed this topology. Yes or no? Yes. Can I convert this topology into graph? Can I convert this topology into graph? Graph. How is it possible to convert this topology into graph? Have we discussed last time? Yes or no? No. So let's start with this. So this is a diagram of this three routers, three switches, and three computers. Can we convert into graph? Okay. So how to convert this graph? Can I have a Can I read it like this? What is it? Is it the same as our diagram? So this is known as node. This is known as edges. Node and edges. Graph is made of node and edges. So this circle which indicates routers, that is known as node, and this is the line which connects the routers to switch or switch to any computer, so that is known as edges. Okay. So normally we will represent the network as edges. We will represent network as edges and router as nodes. Router as node, network as edges. So let's repeat. This is a network ID 10, this is a network ID 11, 12, 13 and 14. So this 10 network ID starts from here and it spans over here. This is the area that is covered by network ID 10. So can we represent this network with the type of as edge? Yes. So that is, we will do, this is three routers, 1, 2 and 3, that acts as a node. So node N1, N2 and N3. Okay. So first network is 10 network. So this is 10 network. So we will represent as edge. This is 11 network. So can we represent like this? Yes. This is 12. This is 13. And the last one is 14. Is it clear? So this network can be represented by this. Is it possible? This is 10 network. This is first router, sorry. This is network 10. This is network 11. This is network 12. This is network 13. And this is network 14. Can we see? So does it look like tree topology? Does it look like tree topology? Answer is yes. Okay. So if we represent this topology means this the layout of this one into any kind of graph theory. We can do a computations. Ultimately, what we have to do? This is a problem we have to convert into a computations. Using computations, we will find out shortest path, and shortest path will be we will make entry into routing table. Is it clear? So let's see how we can make this is general idea about unicast routing. In unicast routing, the packet is routed hope by hope from its source to destination by the help of forwarding tables. What is forwarding table? We know as a routing table. We know as a routing table. So routing table, so all these three routers will have a routing table. Now my question is, I also asked question in previous lectures on laboratory as well. All these routers will have a same routing table. Once again, all these routers will have a same routing table or not? Means this router says that if you want to reach to network 13, the cost is 3. This router also says that if you want to reach to 13, cost is 3. 13-3. This all router says that 13-3. Is it so? No. So all the routers will have a different routing table. Are you agree now? With this example, this is wrong. This is also wrong. This is correct, in fact. But conclusion is that all the routers will have a different routing tables, different routing entries, different cost parameters. Okay. So by looking at these, the forwarding table or routing table in each routers will be different. The forwarding table in each routers will be different. Okay. So how this forwarding table is prepared, have we discussed last time? How this forwarding table is prepared, have we discussed last time? Yes. How? Any glimpse? How is it prepared? How is it prepared? Any glimpse if you know? Network ID add kariye, then gateway. Okay. I think I haven't discussed. Let's discuss. So this router 0 is having what will be the initial routing table entry? What will be the initial routing table of R0? This is R0, then this is R1, and this is R2. What will be the initial routing table entry into R0? Empty. When you start routers, R1, the entry would be empty. For R2, the entry would be empty. Yes or no? The answer is no. Initially, when you restart a router, when you start your routers, the entry in the routing table will be the directly connected networks. Initially, the routing table contains directly connected networks. Means it's a neighbor networks. So who are the neighbor networks from with respect to R0? 10 and 11. So this will have a 10 and 11 entry, and the cost is 0. 10 and 11 entry. What about the R1? 11, 12, this is 13, and this is 14. 11 and 12 and 14. Okay, for R2, 12 and 13. So this is initial routing table or initial forwarding table with respect to book. Okay, now after having an initial routing table or initial forwarding table, all those routers will forward their current routing table. My word is current routing tables to their neighbors. Current routing tables to their neighbors. Okay. Have I took example tomorrow is holiday? Have I took example in last lecture tomorrow holiday? I want to explain I want to forward message tomorrow is holiday. So I think we have done this in last lecture. Okay. So this router will inform neighbors that this is my current routing table. This 10 and 11 will be 10 will be added over here because 11 is already part of this routing table. So gradually this table will be sent to these routers. So this router will have a 10, 11 and 10, 11 and 14 information, and this router having all the routes 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14 will be forwarded to neighbors. So neighbor will have all the routes over here, and this is forwarded here. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 will be available to all the routing tables. Is it clear? That we have discussed in last lecture. So we'll continue to this from this text box point of view. This way of accessing routing table is known as distance vector routing algorithm. Which algorithm? distance vector. Another algorithm is known as link state routing algorithm. So note it down, there are two types of routing algorithms. First one is distance vector, second one is link state. Note it down. The first one is distance vector, DISTANCE space VECTOR vector, distance vector. And next one is link state, LINK, link state, STATE, link state routing algorithms. There are two types of algorithm. The first one is distance vector, second one is, once again, first one, second one, it may be the distance vector. So the first one or the second one may be the link state or distance vector. So there are two algorithms. Okay. By the name itself, what distance vector does and what link state does. By the name itself, distance vector, it is having two words, distance and vector. Distance and vector. What the vector defines? Direction and cost. Direction and cost. So vector defines direction and cost, where distance vector combine these two words together, it defines that this algorithm will be based on distance as a cost parameter. Okay, in addition to distance, it will also specify direction. The vector specify direction and cost. So cost value, the cost value will be considered as a distance. How many hop along a path along the up to destination, that is come across your whole path. Like how many routers are coming towards your destination, that is cost parameter. Is it clear? So what is cost parameter in distance vector? Distance. How the distance is measured? In terms of kilometer? No. Not in terms of kilometer or meter. In terms of number of hops are coming in between. Okay. So if I look at this example, router 0 to if I want to reach to network 14, how many hops are coming? First, second, 2 hops are coming. Okay. For distance vector, the cost value will be 2 to reach out a network 14. Is it clear? Is it clear? Now if it wants to reach out to network, sorry, this is 13. This is 13. This is 14. So if from R0, if I want to reach out to 14, how many hops are coming? 1. So distance vector, the hop count equal to 1. In distance vector, distance is not measured in terms of kilometer. It is measured in terms of number of hops or number of routers are coming towards destination. Is it clear? The next algorithm is known as, second algorithm is link state. Okay. So status of the link will be advertised to whole network. Status of the link is advertised into whole network. So if I look at with respect to this diagram, what we are doing in distance vector? What we are doing in distance vector? This is having initial routing table, and initial routing tables are exchanged, or current routing table is exchanged or shared to neighbors. And upon receiving the routing table from receivers, if this is source and if it receives routing table from receiver or from neighbors, it updates its own routing table. That becomes current routing table, and current routing table will be signed into the next router. And this process continues till you turn off routers. And the periodic interval might be 30 seconds, 60 seconds, or 90 seconds, or 120 seconds. So at every period interval of 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 90 seconds, or 120 seconds, depends on the configuration which you have made in these routers, those message or current routing table will be exchanged or shared to rest other neighbors. This is case neighbors. So this is distance vector. Okay. Now in link state, I told about status of the link. Now what is status of the link? What do you interpret as the status of the link? For example, this router R0, what are the status of the links? What are the status of the link? R0 with respect to R0, 10 and 11, both are having a network. The link is up and running. The link status is up and running. The cost is 0 right now because they are directly connected network. Same way router R1, the link state, the status of the link comprises of 3 roots, 11, 12 and 14. For R2, 13 and 12 and 13. This is 12, this is 13, this is 14. Okay, so the status of the link will be given to all the routers in the network. Status of the link will be given to all the routers in the network. What does it mean? Status of the link will be given to all routers in the network. So this status, this link will be given to the R1, and R1 will forward to R0 as it is. Do you find any difference between link state and distance vector? Online students, do you find any difference? Yes, in distance vector it sets or it forwards to only neighbors. What it forwards? Current routing table. It forwards current routing table. Okay. And link state? Link state, what does it forwards? Status of the link of specific router, it forwards to all other routers in the network. Okay. What does it mean? All these 3 routers has to be part of one bigger organization. For example, BSNL. If we consider this example of BSNL, all these 3 routers has to be part of BSNL network. Then it's possible. Same way Geo network, same way MTL network, same way GTPL network. So all the organizations will have their own network, and if we run link state algorithms, the status of the link will be advertised. Status of the link will be advertised to all the routers belonging to same administrative control. Okay. These 3 routers are under same administrative control. Whom? BSNL. These 3 routers are under the same administrative control, that is known as BSNL. So BSNL will have some unique identification in rest of the world. So that is known as AS number. AS number, Autonomous System Identifier. AS stands for Autonomous System Identifier. Same way MTL will have their own autonomous system number. The Geo will have their own autonomous system number. GTPL will have all, then PACE Internet will have all their own autonomous system number. What this autonomous system defines? What this autonomous system defines? In this routers, I will specify autonomous system 1. And also this router, I will specify autonomous system 1, autonomous system 1. So autonomous system indicates you are belonging to same administrative control. Okay. For example, this router is connected to the Geo network. The Geo network is having autonomous system number 2. So this interface will have autonomous system 2. Because it will exchange data, with AS2, and it is also having AS1. So this router will be part of 2 network, AS1 and AS2. From BSNL and Geo point of view, this one acts as a border router, because it connects 2 different networks, Geo and BSNL. To exchange this data between 2 different networks, larger networks, so we require BGP protocol, Border Gateway Protocol. Border Gateway Protocol, which is not a part of your syllabus. It is part of this chapter in your textbook, but it is not part of your syllabus. It's a BGP, that is known as Border Gateway Protocol. Is it clear? So I gave you a glimpse of 3 types of routing algorithm: distance vector, link state, and border gateway. Border gateway, when to use border gateway? When it links 2 different bigger network or 2 giant organizations. If you want to connect 2 giant organizations, then we require BGP protocol, Border Gateway Protocol. Is it clear? Okay. In another sense, if you want to govern our own network, for example, BSNL wanted to govern its own network. So can we use BGP? No. We can use either distance vector or link state. Is it clear? Is it clear? Any question? Any question? So in that sense, routing protocol, there are two types of routing protocol: interior and exterior. Interior and exterior. The BGP is example of exterior because it connects two different giant networks. That's why it is known as exterior. Interior means within giant network. How will you manage? There are three protocols. The first one is distance vector. The second one is link state, and third one is hybrid. Hybrid means distance vector plus LS, link state. The advantage of both these one are combined together and it creates one algorithm that is known as hybrid protocol. So this hierarchy, is it clear in your mind? Interior, there are three: distance vector, link state, and hybrid. Exterior, it is BGP. What distance vector does? It advertises current routing table to neighbors. What the link state does? It advertises status of the links to all the routers belonging to same network or one giant network. Is it clear? So this is up to link state and distance vector and some introduction about BGP. So in internet, we have to use, if you want to calculate, if you want to perform some calculation, we have to convert this internet into a graph. And how can we represent internet into graph? A graph is made of set of node and edges. So lines will be, or network will be replaced with edges, and routers will be replaced with nodes. Okay. So this is this indicates one network. This symbol indicates it's a network. It's a local area network. This symbol indicates router. This symbol indicates, sorry, this is for this point of view. This line indicates edge, and this is network. So these two line or this edge connects to one network. Okay, and this dotted line indicates wide area network. So now if you have a LAN, local area network, and wide area network, what can be distance from here to here? Maximum distance from here to here. Maximum distance from here, this point to this point. This is possible. This is true for all these points. What can be the maximum distance between these two? Online students, maximum distance between these two. Online
200 meters. 100
sorry,
to 200.
200 meter, but I told about 1 kilometer. This is the distance between these two is 1 kilometer. Now, how is it 1 kilometer? That between these two routers, this router and this router, we can have a 5 switches. We can have 5 switches or 9. Let's take it 9 switches. 1, 2, and there are 9 switches. So between these two links, we have 100 meter. So ultimately, from here to here, we can have 1 kilometer. So maximum distance between these two nodes is 1 kilometer. And if you connect all these with the help of switches, but it belongs to single network. If you put one switch or 10 switch, it belongs to single network. Is it clear? Okay. So this is 1 kilometer. And what can be distance from this point to this point? Henil? Landman and
10
man.
kilometers.
1 to 10 kilometer or 1 kilometer to 40 kilometer. 1 kilometer to 40 kilometer. I told about it is known as LAN, MAN, and WAN. 0 to 1 kilometer, that is LAN. 1 kilometer to 40 kilometer, MAN, and greater than 40 kilometer, that is WAN. So distance between these two links is greater than 40 kilometer. Greater than 40 kilometer. Is it clear? You have to interpret this diagram in this way, that distance between these two nodes will be the not more than 1 kilometer, but distance between these two will be more than 40 kilometers because they are wide area network. Any doubt? Online students, do you have any doubt? Okay, so this is over, this is over, this is over, edge is over. Then now we are moving towards node. So now converting into a graph, replace all these routers with node, and replace all this network with edges. So if you consider this is 10 network, this is 11 network, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18. This is network ID. The similar way we can have a 10 network ID, 11 over here, 12 over here. This is 13 network ID, 14 network ID, 15, 16, 17 and 18. Is it clear? Are you able to understand? Okay. Now, if this topology is converted into tree topology or any graph theory, and graph theory, this what does it mean? 3, 2, 5, 3. What does it mean? This is cost parameter. This is cost parameter. So this cost parameter, how is it derived cost parameter? The cost may be the Mbps. Let's say consider this to whatsoever it is written over here, consider it's a cost parameter. Cost parameter in terms of Mbps speed. So these 3 indicates 3 Mbps speed between A and D. 2 indicates 2 Mbps speed between A and B. This 4 indicates 4 Mbps. So this all, for simplicity, consider all these numerical values indicates Mbps speed. Is it clear? Okay. So if I want to find from A to G, the source is A, source equal to A, destination equal to G, source A to G, this is a path. This is also a path. This is also a path. There are multiple paths. Even I can from A to D, D to E, E to B, B to C, C to G. Even A to D, D to E, E to B, B to C, C to F, F to G. There are multiple paths available, but I am taking only 3 paths over here. So what is the cost from path 1? Path 1, what is total cost? 2 Mbps, 5 Mbps and 3 Mbps. So 10 Mbps. For path 2, 2 plus 4, 6 plus 2, 9. So path 2 equal to 9 and path 3 equal to 3 plus 5, 8 plus 2 plus 1, it's 11. So which one is least cost path? Second one. Okay. So if you measure, this is first link, second link and third link for first path. 3 links for first path. But for second path, first link, second link, third link and 4 link for second path. But it is even shortest path based on the cost parameter. Based on cost parameter. Is it clear? So in shortest path, we will use our data to send on shortest path. So now what is our intention? What is our intention? The first we have converted this topology into a graph. And what is our intention? The graph can be some computation are performed graph such a way that it finds shortest path from one node to raised other nodes. From one node to raised other nodes. Okay. So that is known as least cost routing. Is it clear? So distance vector perform in different way. Link set performs in different way. Still I have not started distance vector and link state. Just I have discussed how to convert these network topology into graph theory. What we can assume. So least cost tree, we have to generate least cost tree. The least cost tree is a tree with the source router as a root. I kept this statement as it is from textbook, so that will be easy for you to understand. A least cost tree is a tree, so it will be definitely tree. Okay, what is the characteristic of tree? Now in tree, is it possible path? No. In tree there will not be loop. This creates a loop. Okay, in tree there will not be a loop any case. In any matters there will not be a loop in tree. So this least cost tree. So over here what we want to focus? Tree. Means the earlier topology which we have seen over here, this topology, this graph, does it have a loop? Yes. So if we convert this graph into tree, will it have a loop? No. Is it clear? So what is ultimate goal? We need to convert this tree into this graph into tree, which will not have any loops. Okay, so least cost tree is a tree with a source router as a root that spans the whole graph and in which the path between the root and any other node is the shortest path. Okay, so over here, the source as a root. Are you getting? Source as a root. Let's understand meaning of this statement. Source as a root. So in this, what it wants to tell that if you are router A, if you are router A, you have to develop a code such a way that A will be treated as a root. A will be treated as a root, and it has to find out shortest path towards destination. That's it. Is it clear? So this might be the path. This might be the path which is shortest path. So from A, can I reach to all other nodes? Yes. If I want to reach to A to D, yes, it is available. So rest other paths will not be made available into routing table. Is it clear? The path which are now we have not considered over here, which will not be part of routing table. So this becomes purely tree topology. Okay, but this is I am taking A as a root. A as a root, and I am forming this topology. So these process will be repeated this process is repeated by every router. This process is repeated by every router. For what? To create tree topology. Okay. So let's see. This is just for a reference. This is first A as a root. A as a root. A to B, B to E, E to F, F to G, and B to C. And A to D. This is shortest path. B as a root. C as a root. D as a root. E as a root. F as a root. And G as a root. Now, if you compare A, B, C, D, E, F, G, does it have a same tree topology? No. They are having a different topology. What is conclusion? What is conclusion? Every routers will have a different tree topology. Like this has to be performed by all the routers. This has to be performed by all the routers. This tree topology creation has to be performed by every router, and after that we will get routing table entries. Routing table entry. How do we get from? For example, if I want to create routing table entry of E acts as a root because this is from E. इनू ट्री टेबल्स है तो ई आज रेफरेंस लेसे बीजा कोई रेफरेंस नहीं ले. So every router will create its own tree topology and it takes reference of their own tree topology. For example, router B will not consider the tree topology of router F. No, the router B will says I am as a root and I will find out the tree topology. C says that I am as a root and I will find out. So is all the routers will compute some computations and then it find out this tree topology. And after finding this tree topology, now what is last stage? Makes entry into routing table. Makes entry into routing table. Is it clear? Okay. So this process is possibly used by link state routing algorithm. This process is possibly used by link state routing algorithm. Is it clear? Yes or no? What happens in distance vector? It's very simple. The table is assigned to neighbors. Neighbor will compare its own entry to routing table. It makes and updates its own routing table. If it is not available, add entry. If it is available, what is least cost? Update with least cost. Is it clear? So distance vector algorithm, it goes as it is. But this process is followed by link state routing algorithm. Okay. Now link state routing algorithm is having 3 stages. Link state routing algorithms are having 3 stages. This is what we discussed, second stage. We have discussed second stage. Still, how to calculate this tree topology we have not discussed very much in detail. Just I shown you a example how to create this tree topology or what is tree topology. I have not specified process. Process we will discuss in today's or tomorrow session. Okay. First step. What is first step in link state? Share your status of the link to all the routers in the network. What is first step? Share or send status of the link to all routers in the network. What is second step? Apply Dijkstra algorithm. Apply Dijkstra algorithm and create tree topology. That is second step. We'll see in the next lecture that Dijkstra algorithm is part of the syllabus. No need to write. Third step, once the routing table is tree topology is created, make entry into routing table. Is it clear? The first step is share routing link status of the link to all the routers. What is conclusion of this statement? What all the routers will have after sharing the status of the link? What all the routers will have after those sending the status of the link? Whole network. Are you getting? Because what it has done, this router has set the status of the link to A. This router has set status link to A. This router has sent to him, and this router has forwarded to him. This router forwarded might be forwarded here. This router might be forwarded here. So all the status of the link is available in all the machines. So all the routers will have a same link state database. So the database is known as link state database. Okay, on link state database, it applies Dijkstra algorithm, and it finds what is output of Dijkstra algorithm? Tree topology. Is it clear? So in the next lecture tomorrow morning, I think I am having second lecture. So second lecture we will see how this Dijkstra algorithm can be applied and how to create shortest tree topology. We will start with the link state. This status of the link will be advertised to all the routers. What will be the status of the link? Second, now apply the Dijkstra algorithm, and third, creates entry into routing table. This is just for introduction and just connecting you with textbooks words. Is it clear? So this is the steps for link state algorithm. Okay. In opposed to distance vector, in opposed to link state, what the distance vector does? Distance vector, does it have a information about all the status of the link initially? No. What it does? It just creates current routing table to neighbors. That's it. It does not care about whether my routing table is reached by this router or not. It does not care. It does not care. What is the limit goal? Just spread my routing table, current routing table to neighbors only. Is it clear? Okay. So that's the difference between distance vector and link state. Now we are going towards the exact means or equation for distance vector routing algorithm. Distance vector routing algorithm uses the algorithm defined by one author, that is Bellman-Ford. This author has defined this algorithm. That's why the algorithm given a name is Bellman-Ford algorithm. And Bellman-Ford algorithm says that if you want to find out the meaning dxy, if you want to find out root from dxy, dx as a source, y as a destination. Let's say it's a dxy. There may be multiple paths. So multiple path can be given any name, E, B, A, B, C, D, E, F. So dxy, that's a minimum of cx. So from here to here, x and y, these are the source and destination. You want to find distance. So dxy is equation. D means distance, x means source, y means destination. So if I want to find the minimum distance from x and y, what is equation? Minimum of this bracket, square bracket, and there are terminology. Those terminologies are separated by comma. These are the terminology. So what does it mean? Let's say this is 5, this is 6, and this is 7. So dxy equal to 5. Is it clear? So I'm just mapping to terminology with some values, so you can understand very well. Okay. So any one of these, either these or these or these or these or last one, any one of these will be selected as your least cost path. Least cost path. So what is equation? Cxa, that's a cost, and this distance day. The cost is CXA, this is CXA and DAY. If addition of this is minimum, then that path will be selected as a minimum path as a DXY. Is it clear? Is it clear? So there may be multiple routers along a path, but ultimately CX, that's the cost, and distance DAY, if this addition of these two are minimum, then that will be considered as a least cost path. So how do we apply this algorithm in distance vector? We are applying this algorithm. How are we applying this algorithm? Any idea? How are we applying this algorithm with respect to this? Let's say this is having 10, 11 network, 10 and 11 network, barabar? And this 13 advertises, this router advertises, R2 advertises, I'm having 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. All the 4 routes are advertised by 14. So for 10, it is 2 hop. Okay. This routing table, I'm not taking care about race other because I'm interested in only 10. And here, 10 inform karyu, 10 inform karyu. Now it is having all the routes. Now this will, after 30 seconds, it updates its routing table and sends to neighbors. Neighbor will update its own routing table. Yes, yeah, no. So here 10 જોડે પહોંચવા માટે કેટલા cost કેટલી value હશે, cost કેટલી હશે? 1, because R1 will update in routing table, and for R1 routing table its cost is 1. For R2 10 is 2. So this 2 will be informed to neighbors. 2 will be sent to this neighbor. Now neighbor, what it does, R1 what it does, it picks up the first entry, which is set by R2, which is 10-R2. 10 is destination, 2 means cost. So will it update this 10-2? No. Why? The received path is having higher cost metric than what I am having in my routing table. So it will keep its own routing table. It will not update routing table. Same way, this routing table will be given to router 0. Okay, so it picks up the first entry 10-1. It is having 10-0. So which one it will keep? 10-0. It will not keep. So in a way, we are following Bellman-Ford algorithm, shortest path. And shortest path, how we are calculating? Cost. If how many routers are coming in path, and if it is lesser than what is advertised by neighbors, I will not accept neighbors entry. I will keep as it is. I will keep my entry into my routing. I will not update. So that is normal scenario followed by Bellman-Ford, and this is in terms of equation. It compresses every time, and it takes minimum. It takes minimum. But consider, remove this one. Now this becomes exact one. This becomes exact one. Current routing table, neighbor routing table entry. આ બંનેમાંથી શું રાખશે? Minimum. Whether it's my entry or neighbor's entry, it will keep minimum. So if I remove this rest of the 2, if I take only these two parameters, then it exactly becomes your Bellman-Ford algorithm applied to your current network topology. Okay, this is generalized equation. This is generalized equation for Bellman-Ford. But if you want to apply into our network, just take 2 only. Is it clear? This is distance vector routing algorithm, outcome of distance vector routing algorithm, but how it has derived. This is initially, there is no initial table, I think. So I stop here. It's 11:10. But tomorrow morning we'll discuss from these slides onward, distance vector. I forgot one slide to put over here. I think it is coming. Yes, it is coming over here. Can I discuss? Okay. So what is here? It takes just 2 minutes. What is here? You can see router A. I can reach to router A to A, 0. I can reach to router B, cost value 2, I can reach to router D, cost value is, so can we say all these same way for B, B2A 2, B2B, B2C 5 and B2E 4. Others are infinite. Infinite means right now the path is not discovered. Path is not discovered for C, D, E, F, G. So can we say this is initial routing table? When you start your routers, this will be the entries of the routing table. Okay. Now this is theoretical terminology. Practically, do we have this infinite value? No. Just please remember this. Practically, this infinite will, we cannot accommodate it into our routing table, but practically we have a neighbors entries on the into routing table. એટલે કઈ રીતે સમજવું એ તમને કહું છું. ટેક્સ્ટ બુક્સમાં આવું લખેલું છે એટલે ઇન્ફાઇનાઇટ એવું સમજજો કે ઇન્ફાઇનાઇટ અવેલેબલ છે જ નહીં. Okay, in textbook this is a terminology for distance vector, but gradually we have to set these routing tables to our neighbors. This will be set to neighbors, and ultimately this is algorithm minimum of this and what currently available, 2 parameters only. Is it clear? And then we can assign into dy. Dy is nothing but this entry. Only one equation is part of our coding, and this makes our Bellman-Furler algorithm. Is it clear? Any question? So I stop here, and we will start from these other problems of these routing tables. This is generalized for routing tables. It is applicable to distance vector and in state.